Sea of Faith. Once when I was teaching Dover Beach to a class of freshmen, a young woman raised her hand and said, "I'm confused about this Sea of Faith." "Well," I said, "let's talk about it. We probably need to talk a bit about figurative language. What confuses you about it?" "I mean, is it a real sea?" she asked. "You mean, is it a real body of water that you could point to on a map or visit on a vacation?" "Yes," she said. "Is it a real sea?" Oh, Christ, I thought, is this where we are? Next year I'll be teaching them the alphabet and how to sound words out. I'll have to teach them geography, apparently, before we can move on to poetry. I'll have to teach them history, too. A few weeks on the Dark Ages might be instructive. Yes, I wanted to say, it is. It is a real sea. In fact, it flows right into the sea of ignorance, in which you are drowning. Let me throw you a rope of salvation before the sharks of desire gobble you up. Let me hoist you back up onto this ship of fools so that we might continue our search for the fountain of youth. Here, take a drink of this. It's fresh from the river of forgetfulness. But of course I didn't say any of that. I tried to explain in such a way as to protect her from humiliation, tried to explain that poets often speak of things that don't exist. It was only much later that I wished I could have answered differently, only after I'd betrayed myself and been betrayed that I wished it was true. Wished there really was a sea of faith that you could wade out into, dive under its blue and magic waters, hold your breath, swim like a fish down to the bottom, and then emerge again, able to believe in everything, faithful and unafraid to ask even the simplest of questions, happy to have them simply answered. Storm warnings. The glass has been falling all the afternoon, and knowing better than the instrument what winds are walking overhead, what zone of gray unrest is moving across the land, I leave the book upon a pillowed chair and walk from window to closed window, watching, bows strain against the sky, and think again, as often when the air moves inward towards a silent core of waiting, how with a single purpose time has traveled, by secret currents of the undiscerned, into this polar realm, whether abroad and whether in the heart alike come on regardless of prediction. Between foreseeing and averting change lies all the mastery of elements, which clocks and weather glasses cannot alter. Time in the hands is not control of time, nor shattered fragments of an instrument, a proof against the wind. The wind will rise. We can only close the shutters. I draw the curtains as the sky goes black, and set a match to candles sheathed in glass. Against the keyhole drought the insistent whine of weather through the unsealed aperture. This is our sole defense against the season. These are the things that we have learned to do, who lived in the troubled regions.